Alrighty guys, good evening. How's everyone doing today? Hi Kaizen. It's a 1.5 multiplier in Forging Bonds, so we'll hope it's 2 at the top of the hour. Alright. Alright. I like the worst possible luck on one gacha, but best possible luck on another. Which gacha are we talking here? Alright, what do we got? Luna skills. Okay, we got Malice, who's infantry sword. Excuse me. Galls is also infantry sword. So we're cautioning on red. And we have Deke, who's a infantry. So they're all infantry. Malice and Galzus and Deke. And I have just enough space. Let's just search. Let's just search. Oh yeah, login bonuses. Oh, did I get my login bonuses on my main? I don't even know if I opened this up today yet. On Binding Worlds. In Duel Links, I didn't pull an absolutely necessary card until the 98th pack out of a 100 pack box. But in BBS, I got TYBW Anime Revival. Are you on the first multi on his individual banner? Oh, there you go. Does it balance it out, or does that make it worth it? Alright, so we have space on all my accounts for just this one banner. My main's gonna have to clear up more space after this. Alright, so we're gonna search for Malice. Anything. We do have Malice on the main. Look at that. Malice. I wish I could use, like... Yeah, oh wait, no, I can. Oh, it's not letting me. I just crashed. Faye. was trying to use the microphone, text to speech, or speech to text, whatever. Alright, so did I do a search here? Yeah, I did a search for mouse, so no mouse on here. Do I have... Calls this. Am I spelling it right? Deep and calls this. Okay. Malice. I wonder if I wasn't streaming, I wonder if I'd be able to do that. So I have Malice, I haven't leveled up apparently. I have Malice on both my main and my iPad. Let's check. Oh, we checked for Gauls this where? Gauls this. Confirm. We have Galzus on both my iPad and my main. Okay. And nothing on the 10. And then... Deke. We have Deke on the main. I'm going to guess we have him on the iPad, as has been the pattern. We do not. So main has everyone. iPad's missing Deke. The 10 actually has Deke. Okay. So the main has everything. And between the iPad and the 10, we have everything. But the iPad has both reds, and the 10 has the green. So P5R for you should release at 11 if you order digitally. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to wait a few days because mail. Mine should be here tomorrow. It's the Steelbook edition from Best Buy. It has shipped. So, yeah. Galzus is exclusively fodder in this game. Sad, since from what I've heard, he's like the coolest unit in Thracia. He's pretty cool. He's pretty cool. It's not my favorite, but he's pretty cool. Okay, so I guess we can summon for anything on the main. How are their Deeks plus attack? Galzus plus defense. Analysis plus defense. Okay. So probably summon red, unless they want to go off focus for anything on the main. The iPad will go green, and the 10 will go red. A little tired, not too tired. Actually, I did get a decent amount of sleep last night. Actually, no, that's a lie. I was awake at 12:30. No, I was trying to stay up because usually on Wednesday nights, I watch Sprezzatura streams. Because I don't know why I'm a mod. I think I was just there, and they were asking like, "How do I do this with the bot? How do I do this?" And I was like, "Oh, you do this and you do that." And they're like, "All right, you're a mod now." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" But yeah, because I'm a mod, I feel like obligated to be there. No, but I mean, no, I enjoy the streams too. Don't get me wrong. She's like, I think the second music streamer I ever started watching. I literally. You guys remember Biku? I think Biku rated Yena, who I still also watch from time to time. And then that made me realize, wait, there are music streams? That's amazing. And then the day after, I was like, all right, well, let's look for more piano streams. So I just literally just looked up music streams, and the first one that I went into was Sprezzatura. So yeah. Let's see. Was told he hunts you down through several maps and can damn near solo your army, which makes me think they may have based the maze map where you're chased by the automation or automaton and cindered shadows off of those. I could see that. I mean, I can see that logic. I can see the logic. I don't know if that's the same assumption I would make, but I can see that logic. Hey guys, today was the final evening rehearsal for marching band. Let's see. Three Houses is already heavily inspired by Yggdrasil games as well, so it wouldn't be surprising. I don't know if I would say it was inspired by Yggdrasil games. Like Fire Emblem games, especially these days, the modern Fire Emblem, they pick and choose various features from past games. Like they're kind of like Pokemon in that they're not consistent from game to game to game to game. They always pick and choose little bits from here and there. I mean, with Pokemon, they always introduce like new stuff, like a new gimmick every generation, or series, as the Pokemon company doesn't like to call them, generations. Hey, Jubby, welcome in. I think the most inspired games after Yggdrasil are 13 and 14. Which ones do you mean by that? Because there's 3 different Fire Emblem numbering systems. There's 3 different Fire Emblem. Now, 2 of them are the main ones. One of them is probably more familiar to most, like, I guess, general fans of this series. And for people that are more into, like, the intelligence system side of things, they're probably more familiar with that numbering system. Because not a lot of people know there was supposed to be a second Wii game. Actually, also, not a lot of people know that Sacred Stone started development after Path of Radiance. They should have said Edelgard was inspired by Arvis, using the Generations gimmicks, Awakening and Fates. I can see that. So Awakening was meant to be kind of like a celebration of the entire franchise, so there were bits and pieces from every Fire Emblem game, really. And one of those was a second generation of characters. Now, rather than doing a time skip, they did time travel for Awakening, and which was a cool new way of adding in a second generation of characters without straight up copying. So that was kind of cool. Are we actually gonna count BS FE? So here's the thing. IS has their internal numbering system, and then when fans caught wind of this numbering system, and they're like, "Wait a second, how come this is one off of what we know?" Their official response is that, "Oh yeah, there's this game for the Satellaview called BSFE, and we're counting that now, retroactively." But that's just their official story. In reality, there was supposed to be another Wii game. And it was pretty far along. Well, not pretty far along. It was far enough along in development that they assigned it a number. Well, I guess the numbers are assigned right away, like before significant development. So, but it was assigned a number, and there was actually a good amount of development on it. And supposedly, from everything that, from all the evidence that's out there, like they've published this stuff in like their art books and other stuff like that. But from what we can tell, it was actually an RTS. I don't know what to make of that. It was an RTS. It was supposed to be after. It was supposed to release after Radiant Dawn. In fact, actually during development, this is common practice. Don't assume this was like a sequel to Radiant Dawn or anything. But in the development stage, when before they had come up with actual characters, if you look at some of the screenshots that have been in some of the published art books, you can see character models of Ilyana, for example. Again, don't assume that Ilyana was going to be in the game. I'm sure they were just using her model as a placeholder for various things. But yeah, so that one, as far as IS is concerned, I believe that one was numbered 13. But in either case, Awakening, if you go into the files, it's labeled as 14. Awakening is labeled as 14. Fates is 15. Echoes is 16. Three Houses is 17. And we go from there. Time travel. I mean, hey. I felt like they did the time travel thing well, and in hindsight, especially after you play through Fates and the way that Fates implemented the whole second generation thing, that was very lazy. That was just shoehorned in. That made me appreciate the time travel aspect of Awakening better, because if you think about it, with Awakening, because it's time travel, it's implied that when you pair up two characters, it's implied that they will have kids in the future, when they're older, especially some characters which were pretty young in the game, in the main story of the game, right? Lissa, you had Rickon, You have a lot of young characters. But again, it's implied that they will have kids in the future. With Fates, you have some really young characters. Think about that. You have some really young characters in Fates. But because it's not time travel, the implication is that these characters that you pair up decide during a war to conceive children, carry them to term, give birth to them during this war. Again, we're talking like 9 months here, guys. During a war campaign. Hey. And then, not only that, they decide, hey, let's stick them in a realm where they grow up. They basically grow up without us. Yeah. Credit just got Wolf. Congrats, fodder. Oh, all right. I'm glad Awakening doesn't do the time loop shenanigans, and it's not so much. They traveled back in time, and it was more like they traveled to a different world that was just the past of their world. Yeah. Well, I mean, they're following the. Again, there are various, rules of time travel depending on who you ask, and they're following a more modern, I guess, understanding of time travel or what time travel would be. That's also implying we are using knowledge we got from Heroes and Fates, so I'm not sure how much of that was intended and what wasn't. Well, with the extreme focus on politics, way more than other entries in them straight up stating Edelgard was inspired by Arvis, I feel like saying Three Houses was inspired by actual games is a fair statement. Bits and pieces from every Fire Emblem game, every modern Fire Emblem game, are inspired by various things. So Edelgard being inspired by Arvis doesn't mean the games were inspired by Yggdrasil. Because again, you're going to get bits and pieces, not just from the Yggdrasil games, but you're going to get bits and pieces from all the Fire Emblem games before it, basically. There's a lot of, sacred stones. And hey, Johnwin, welcome in. Going to accept the awful justification for how Fates kids exist just because multiple of the Fates kids are some of my favorite characters, mainly on the north side. Oh no, the characters are very well written, but it's the world building and like the whole, I guess, planning that really kind of bothers me. At least being the mother of Ophelia. Yep. I don't see anything wrong with that. What do you mean? Is Polar here? Meaning the game says Deep Realms time is different, and given how fast Deep Realms go, their entire pregnancy was probably 1 day in real world time. Did they go to the Deep Realms during their pregnancy, like to conceive? Because that's another thing too. Is it dumb? Yes, absolutely, but it does technically have an explanation. Fate's writing was always going to be bad, so I'm fine with it. No. Supposedly they brought in an out, because again, after the reaction to Awakening, because a lot of people didn't like, especially the second act of Awakening. I think that was the thing. So Intelligent Systems actually brought in an outside writer that was well renowned. I can't remember who I'm talking about here, but they brought in someone from outside the company to write a story treatment, and my understanding is that they had not really written for games before. So when they wrote the story for Awakening, they basically just, handed it in, got their paycheck, and they were out of there. But they handed in their story treatment, and then what I'm assuming happened was that Intelligent Systems was like, whoa, there's way more here than we expected. We can't fit this into a game. All right, let's put it into 2 games. We still can't fit it. It was all right, 3 games. We still can't fit it. So my assumption is that they basically took what they got, chopped it up, and then took what they felt was like the crucial parts and Frankensteined it back together. So that's my assumption. Again, that's speculation on my part, based on what I know. Look, that makes sense, but also is another kind of messed up. It is. But yeah, we got some summons to do here, guys. And then, hey, what's happening? Hey, thank you for the follow, Generev Agatep. Welcome in. I hope I said your name right. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. What time is it? It's 10 o'clock. Let me check the multiplier in Forging Bonds real quick, guys. I don't know why I'm checking on 3. It's 1? Screw that. Thank you for the hydrate. I really do need that. What was everyone's favorite route from Fates? because most people dislike Revelation. Here's my thing. Here's the reason why Revelation is my favorite path. Not because like the writing was great or the gameplay was great, but it's the only route where you finish the game and you're not left with like holes in the story. You know what I mean? Like they advertise all these games like Birthright and Conquest and Revelation. They advertise them as complete games. Like, oh, you only have to play one and it's a complete experience. But you play through either Birthright or Conquest, and very clearly there are holes in the story where it's like they expect you to play the other ones, right? You play through Revelation and it's like, okay, I get it. Bowie Shock, welcome in. How are you today? Did you get to summon on the new, or not new, but the focus, the Luna focus banner? We've got Malice, we've got Galzus, and we got Deke. Only good rating in Fates isn't the story; it's scattered across the supports. I still wish they had DLC exploring the Concubine War. Stuff like how it affected the Royals, its implications on Camilla is why I always liked her as a character, despite being annoyed by how much they over-sexualize her. Oh yeah, no, Camilla's really well written, guys. She's really well written. But of course, the only thing people see if they're just kind of glancing at the game in like trailers or commercials, you know, they don't see that. But she's very well written. Like for instance, imagine being Odin. You have your kid with Elise. Yeah, they only visited the kid for like a week since they've been born, and they're already 16. Then comes Corrin, flirts with your daughter, marries your daughter, and has a kid. Oh my god, you're not wrong. She's probably 2 weeks old. Alright, let's see. Not doing 4G mods right now. I'll have to make sure I do that before I go to bed. Let me check on Binding Worlds. Ends in 1 day, so we'll have 6 more battles here. Let's replace Claude with another blue unit if we can. Oh, 5 units? I mean, that means they're going to be a little weaker, but yeah. Sorry, ads. Oh, no worries. Are you back yet, or...?
That way, huh?
What?
Reporting for duty.
Ooh, we're in her range. Okay. Or, wait, no, it's a he. Who's that? Is Caden?
Bright idea.
Let's see. Oh, I can replace it with me? 99 plus 5? It's me. I'm gonna have them come to me, cause
Yes.
yeah.
If I must.
Greetings. I am off. This way, you say?
The time on the Outer Realm makes any ship with Corrin all kinds of messed up. Their ship with the kids. My favorite was Revelation, solely because it's the one mode where I could go bananas and do whatever I wanted with every unit in the game, barring a few. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's like the God mode or whatever. I mean, I go by the age of how long they've existed for them, not how long it is elsewhere. Time distortion is a real thing, albeit not to those extremes. That's true. Time is relative. One of my favorite things to do in Fates was make a full avatar tape for online.
Where to today?
Fine. Out of my way.
Greetings.
If I
Mustn't
must.
argue.
Here they come.
What?
Walk you
Yes.
down the street.
Where?
Reporting for duty. I am off.
Where
to today?
Fine.
Greetings.
If I must. Fine.
Reporting for duty.
Out of my way.
This way, you say? Where to today?
What? Yes.
There we go. Let's see here. And then people began hacking online and giving themselves 99 on every stat, and Nintendo never did anything. There's not really much they can do, aside from like banning them. At least the cool castles with illegal skills remain to this. Yes, that's true. They do. Illegal skills you can buy, mind you. Like they lived so many years. That's how old they are. And they had that long to actually age. So it'd be kind of wrong to think of them as like 2 months old if they're a grown adult like Ignatius is. All right, let's replace Skyhawk with a blue, or Gatekeeper, or Anywhere.
Yes.
Mustn't argue. I am off.
Blue? Damn it.
Right.
Greetings!
Where? Out of my way.
Reporting for duty.
One step at a time.
Easy peasy. Not so much how old they're mentally, it's how old they're perceived by everyone else in the barracks. I don't know. I can see Kaizen's point. It's like, think of it this way. If, well, no, I guess it's still a hypothetical. I was thinking like time travel wise, if like someone was, like let's say they were 10 and they traveled into the like some other time, future or past, but they stayed there for like 10 years and then they came back and they were, from their perspective, 20 years old. You know, you're not gonna treat them like a 10-year-old still. I mean, yes, they were still born 10 years prior to that moment, but they're not 10-year-olds. Basing it off other people's perceptions is a very weird way to determine someone's age. That's true. Time is relative. Oh, speaking of like not hypotheticals, because time is relative. Because if you travel, maybe let's say you're traveling through space at near the speed of light, and you come back, you'll barely age at all, and you know, years or even decades could have passed for everyone else on Earth. That's why they say like time travel is like a one-way thing, because you can travel into the future, but you can't come back. Like you might have aged minutes, hours, and then the people back on Earth, depending on how fast you were going, might now be like in their 80s or 90s or gone. Alright, let's do one more here, just to use it up. Let's see if we can replace either Gatekeeper or
I will
Edelgard.
annihilate you.
Why are you talking about this nonsense? It's in a simple face stream. Yeah, it's philosophy. Well, not philosophy. It's actually science fact. It is the theory of relativity. Also, this is a stem from Fate's discussion. Because of the kids in the out realms. Alright, let's see what we got here.
If I must.
Where to today?
It's Kakupo, but we have a lot of reds already. But these kind of suck. This Morum is actually okay. We don't need science, we need medieval. I mean, there's still medieval science. It's like saying Aang and Katara is awful since Aang was frozen for 100 years and that makes him a child predator. He's still a kid both mentally and physically in the show. Wait, what are we talking about? Science fiction applied into philosophy as a result of us questioning the morality of marrying virtual kids in video games. People are allowed to talk about what they want to talk about. I think they were more curious as to how we got into this discussion. Probably, yeah. Again, yeah, this all stemmed from talk of Awakening and Fates and their use of kids, like a second generation. I guess we can keep Gatekeeper and just go more merges.
Greetings!
Oh shoot.
What?
Reporting for duty.
I'm up next.
Oh shoot, I didn't pull him far enough. No, dead. Oh, never mind. You have a far safe exit.
Where to today?
Yes. What?
Greetings!
One step at a time.
Reporting for duty.
Right.
Fine. Out of my way. What?
Where to today?
One step at a time.
Where?
From Avatar, you need to watch the show with me already. People who want to be stuck in the past where everything was simple. Where everybody knows your name.
Greetings!
If I must.
Where to today?
Yes.
I'm up next.
Reporting for duty.
One step at a time.
Troubles are all the
Where to
same.
today?
You
Out of my
go
way.
where everybody knows
What?
your name.
Where?
Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Got her. Funny far save actor, 1920s, the Roaring 20s. Isn't that crazy? We're like already well into the 20s. Oh, by the way, this is completely off topic. Did you guys go to GameStop? So they're giving away Volcanion and Genesect for Sword and Shield owners. Here's the thing. It's not one of those where it's like if you have Sword you get this character and if you have Shield you get this other character. Because then you'd be like, oh, well, I have both games. I better ask for 2 codes. And then they're like, oh, no, it's 1 per customer. Right? Because that was dumb. Here, guys, look what they did. You get both on the same card. 2 separate codes. One for Genesect and one for Volcanion. This is a genius idea that I don't know why it took them 25 years to figure out that you should do it this way. Past wasn't simple, we were just all too dumb to actually understand. Because remember the, what was it? Spanish flu? No, wait, when was it that Great Depression happened? 1929. And it basically lasted for a couple of years. Well, it lasted for several years until World War II basically put everyone to work again. The country doesn't have GameStop. Are you Canada? Because I'm pretty... What did I read? I think it's EB Games. And then later on this... Or is it this month or early next? Mars Shadow is being distributed. In Canada, it's EB Games. And then here in the US, it's Target, which... Target and Pokemon distributions never go well. Because, like, the Target employees don't know what they're doing. Like, I literally one time, it was a Target distribution. I'm like, do you have the Pokemon distribution? They were like, I don't know. Let's go check the game section. So I went with them, and they were going through the drawers. They're like, are these it? And then they realized there was no code on it. And then so they gave it to me. But, guys, they gave me a whole pack of the codes. What was it? I think it was Charizard, maybe? Do I still have one? It's one of these ones. You guys remember this? I literally walked into Target and asked them, and they took me to the game section, and they gave me a whole pack, like a stack of I don't know, there had to be like 50 of them. I was like, thank you. So I started giving them away on social media. Stand corrected. Countries have GameStop. Past sucked as well. Whatever Golden Age people want to go back to also suck. They just remember it as good because of how the brain distorts information of the past. Looking for people who love the 40s. The 40s also had World War II. zoot suits. To me, it's simple. Nintendo's trying to figure out how Gmail works. Gmail. I use Gmail in 10 years. But yeah, they gave me a whole pack of those guys. I still have that one. Actually, no, I think I got this one after. Against Antarcted. Alright, guys, let's see. I'm out of Binding World thingies, stamina things. We have one more day of this. But we're basically maxed out at this point. And yeah, multiplier is still 1, so I can't do it. I mean, I could do it now. Actually, you know what? Let me do 1 just so I don't forget to do it. Well, in case I do forget to do it, I mean. So I don't miss out on one of the daily bonuses. Oh. Yeah,
Let's
sure.
go rescue my brother.
It's the wrong team compared to what I've usually been using. I switched to that team to do the sword one from the story mode to get that quest orb. Usually instead of Leap, I'm using Asker. Or people suffered like I have long ago. Which decade? But yeah, guys, make sure you swing by GameStop and get your Pokemon codes for Sword and Shield. You get Genesect and Volcanion. And then, again, I think it's early in the next month. If you're in the US, it's Target. And if you're in Canada, it's EB Games/GameStop. They will be distributing Marshadow. Actually, speaking of people suffering, last night, remember when I was staying up later than I probably should have? I think I was reading something on Apple News about the Black Death, or like, you know, the plague. You guys remember this? This was back in the day, back in yesteryear. It was like 1300s. Was it the 1300s? When was Black Death, aka the plague? I was reading about it because apparently the people that had certain genes were more likely to survive the plague. However, here's the problem. The genes associated with surviving the Black Plague, or Black Death, or the Black Death, aka the plague, the genes associated with it are associated with a lot of what's it called, autoimmune diseases. Like that's partly why those autoimmune diseases are as prevalent as they are today, is because those were the genes that helped humanity survive the Black Death. I wish I had the ability to go to GameStop. I mean, I could try to swing again maybe if anyone really needs one, but yeah, it's supposed to be one per customer, so I basically have to go into... If I'm going to the same store, it has to be hopefully someone that's not going to remember me. And then I could just go to... Like, there's a lot of GameStop stores around here, guys, so I could try to go. You're not supposed to. It says one per customer, but... And plus, you really shouldn't have to go, because, like, they give you a 2-on-1 card. Yeah. I don't know why they didn't think of this before. They should always do that. Got my orbs. 2 orbs. Alright, guys, let's do our summons, because I want to make sure I get to that. So the main account has everyone. We're probably going to go red, or we probably want to go red, but I'll leave that up to you guys. The iPad is going to go for green. Yeah, green. And the 10 is going to go for red. Anyone summon on this banner and get anything good? No? Yes, no? Alright, let's see what we got. Sorry, I keep hitting the mic. Speaking of Black Death, in November 2019, I said in a conversation how maybe the world needed another Black Death since the period following was the most prosperous in human history and countries allied together to try and bring the world back to normal, and then a month later, COVID happened. I'm sorry. I mean, Kaizen, your reasoning here, you're essentially Thanos. That's exactly Thanos' reasoning. That humanity will thrive when there are less people and more resources per person. No reds on my main. We have 1 green for my iPad, and we have 1 red for my 10. So those are perfect. But we gotta pick what we're going for on the main here. I'll let chat pick. We don't have to go focus. It's, yeah. If you guys really want to go blue or something. For example, Ascended to Dune. Actually, you know what? Yeah, the main account, we're going blue, guys. We're going blue. Let's do a poll. Because Ascended to Dune is out there. Somewhere out there. Copyright strike. All right, iPhone 12 main accounts. Does anyone know what movie that is, or am I just? Does that make me feel old? I shouldn't. This is not the type of movie that should make anyone feel old. But does anyone know what movie that's from? All right, so main account, top blue, left blue. I shouldn't even have to say the color because we're only going for blue, and bottom blue. All right, guys, cast your votes for the main account. Funny thing, I got Dorcas on this banner and not on his main banner. That happens sometimes. Have you guys ever gotten on a banner? I mean, I feel like this is probably more common because we're talking like higher percentages. But has there ever been like a focus banner of like old characters or whatever, but instead of getting the 5-star version of them, you get like the 3-star version of them? Song sounds familiar. Please tell me someone else in the chat like knows this song and knows the movie. Somewhere out there beneath the pale moonlight, someone's thinking of me and loving me tonight. I mean, if you ignore morality and go purely from an objective standpoint, Thanos is correct in reducing a population leads to a temporary prosperity and unity. The issue with this plan outside of morality is it also wipes out pilots flying midair and supply chains, thus causing far more harm than just half. I mean, my thought is that you're basically killing half the universe and depriving the survivors of family and friends and people in their lives they care about. Hey, Knocknut, welcome in. We're getting into philosophy in the chat. Basically, was Thanos right or no? We're also talking about the plague and Black Death. But no, okay. So the article I was reading, but yeah, basically, the genes that some people just randomly had, the genes that were more prevalent in those people that helped them survive the Black Death, aka the plague. Unfortunately, are also the genes that are responsible for things like autoimmune diseases and like rheumatoid arthritis and stuff like that. So, but how are you doing today, Naknu? Thank you for the hydrate and posture check. I will sit up in a moment. Oh, what did the poll say? View results. Left blue. 1 vote, guys. Really? Come on, come on. But how are you doing today, Naknu? Yes, the Black Death. I also like hot sauce. Relevant. Also, if Thanos didn't cut the population, the Eternal would have emerged before it did, meaning Thanos saved the entire population of Earth. That's probably true. Alrighty. Let's summon. Can we get some Lilith emotes in the chat, please? If you don't have that Lilith emote, hit the sub button. We're down to 21 subs, guys, unfortunately. But hit that sub button, support the stream, get access to a whole bunch of Fire Emblem emotes, and the sub-only channel in our Discord. You can also use your channel points, and if you can't do that, well, I guess spam any kind of praying emote. Also, stop by GameStop to get your Pokemon distribution codes for Genesect and Volcanion. Volcanion? Thank you, John Wynn. Here we go. Summon everywhere. Boom. A second Grima, and almost made the mistake of feeding her to Legendary Grima. Congrats on the Grima. Only on my main account did we just get smoked. We got Rocher, we got Roy, and a 4-star Freddy. Charles outright stated that, therefore the Avengers outside of Thor, since he isn't from Earth, owe their lives to Thanos. And as apt as that is to think about. Excuse me. But I mean, by how much? Well, hold on. But by the time Eternals happened, everyone came back. Right? By not much, it wasn't long lasting. Alright, so we did our summons. The multiplier is still 1 for forging bonds. Not much else to do. Alright, what else do we do? There's nothing else to do. Should I end the stream and get some sleep? I feel like we haven't been on long enough. Dab? I'll dab for a sub. They said that before Thanos, the Eternals was about to emerge, they'd just come back before Eternals, which is what caused the Eternals to start emerging again. Ah, and 5 years before Cersei wouldn't have stopped it, meaning bye-bye Earth. Gotcha. Okay. Well, that was payday. Hold on to that. When's my payday? I just got paid last Friday, right? Yeah. So next Friday's payday. I should have money again for once. Alright. Hey Polar, welcome in. Actually, we were asking if you were here earlier. Can't remember what about, but you came up in conversation. I don't remember. Does anyone remember what that was about? I don't remember. We were like, is Polar here? Hey! Thank you for the bit, Kaizen. If Dagner demands that you dab, then you should dab. I'll do it for a sub. But thank you for the cheer. Alright, yeah, this map actually was a little trickier than I expected. But, I should be able to beat it on all 3 of my accounts. You guys need me or something? I can't remember what it was about. Rip Texas Beach for 1 bit. Wait, what did we put it at? Because the 1 bit was just to test different languages. But I think we put it back to normal. Was it 10 or was it 100? I think you're confusing Eternals with Celestials. Eternals aren't inherently bad. Yes, I was. Haven't seen the movie in a bit. Movie nights will return next weekend, guys. Not this weekend because of U of I. We have a competition downstate. I should be back before midnight, and so we'll do a stream one way or another. We tried doing an IRL stream on the bus ride down there, but because we're traveling such a far distance, and we basically keep switching from cell tower to cell tower in the middle of cornfields, it's not a great connection. So we've tried in the past. I mean, I could try again, but I'm guessing it's not going to go well. So, but we should be back before, like an hour before midnight, probably. So I should be able to start stream on time, hopefully, possibly. But again, just to be safe, I'll probably do a stream at some point IRL during the day. Speaking of movies, I really want to rewatch Tangled like 10 times. I need to feel happy to stay on it. Tangled's pretty good. Yeah, Celestials have characters like Galactus, which is a much bigger threat. Ooh, that's not gonna work. No. Galactus. I am a little tired. Little tired. Okay. Alright, don't die, Erica. Or Edelgard? The heck? Was it about VA? Sorry for asking many questions. No. Does anyone remember? Close and far saves eat everything up. Yeah. I think that's my favorite Disney movie. It's my comfort movie. Ooh, that's right. We were supposed to do a list of my top, or maybe should I just rank the all? No, 60. It's over 60 now, right? Should I rank all Disney animation movies? I could literally do that right now. We can just pull up tier list maker. Should we do it? But some of them I haven't seen in a while. Like a lot of the package films. Fun and Fancy Free. Does anyone remember this movie at all? I don't remember this movie. I've seen it. I don't remember anything about it. Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. Actually, that one, I think I watched it in high school. I think we watched it in high school. I used Rhea as a far safe and Grima as close, and they ate everything CC with no strategy. Also, we want to rewatch Frozen 2, mainly for the soundtrack. God, the soundtrack is incredible. My favorite moment, and spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen Frozen 2, but my favorite moment is in Show Yourself. Like, just even listen to the soundtrack, because I know what happens on the screen. Just listening to the soundtrack, getting to the moment where you know that Elsa comes to the realization that the voice, spoiler alert, the voice was her mother the whole time. You can feel it in the music, and I still get chills just listening to it. Now I got to buff, of course, and they sat there. Yeah, I could see saved strategy working. Good thing I came for the summons. Hey, we did those summons. We got nothing. I was hoping to get like Ascended Adune on my main or something, but oh well. Actually, my main account already has everyone on the Luna banner, and my iPad had both reds, and my 10 had the one green. Need to get the new Disney Plus info though. Family had me cancel my account because they were gonna add it to the Hulu account. Yeah, it's really kind of a mess, because I had Hulu before, and then I got the Disney Plus bundle, but instead of getting the bundle, they basically just gave me Disney Plus and ESPN Plus for a discount, basically just minus whatever I'm currently paying for Hulu. So instead of being one account, it's two separate accounts still. And I'm charged at two separate times a month. I would like to be charged just once a month for one account. That'd be great. So now, do I want Disney to buy out Hulu like a lot of people are speculating they're trying to do? I don't know how I feel about that. But yes, they should add Firefly to Disney Plus. My favorite Disney scene was when John Connor rode the bike with Arnold. Wait, is Terminator's Universal, right? What's Disney now? I think Die Hard's Disney. I was like, wait a second. John McClane is Disney? Because they were Fox and they got bought up by Disney. It's definitely Universal. Okay, yeah, I was thinking for a second. I was like, is that Disney? No, it's Universal. Because then I remember, I think there was like some kind of thing at Universal Studios about like Terminator. Disney already owns majority of Hulu. That's why after they bought the license to stream Bleach recently, it's on Hulu and in the US and Disney Plus elsewhere. Okay. I mean, they've been putting more stuff on Disney Plus that have been more mature, mostly because Marvel wants to keep everything in one space. Yeah, so that way you can go to one place for everything. So they put all the Netflix Marvel shows. They put like all the X-Men and Deadpool stuff on Disney Plus. So now Deadpool 3 can be on Disney Plus. So, should we do a tier list? It's already 10:30. I don't know. It's 60 plus movies, guys. But you know, if I had to pick a favorite Disney movie though, it's hard, cause like different eras, there's like different strengths and everything. Like if I had to guess which ones are in my top 5, I'd probably have to actually make a list to figure out what my actual order is. But if I had to guess the top 5 off the top of my head, probably say Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Big Hero 6, Frozen 2, I'm gonna say Wreck-It Ralph, I think. Again, this is just off the top of my head. I could be off if I were to make like a full list and I had the list and made a whole tier list. It might turn out to be a different 5, but just off the top of my head, those are probably the ones. Like I was in my head, I was thinking like Hunchback maybe, but like okay, so I definitely grew to appreciate Hunchback more as an adult, like as opposed to being a kid. But like in my head, the way I'm thinking of these, like if I had to watch one right now, would I want to watch Wreck-It Ralph or would I want to watch Hunchback? At least at this very moment, it's probably Wreck-It Ralph. 1. Favorite movie is still How to Train Your Dragon 2, but Tangled is definitely my comfort movie. Yeah, Tangled's fantastic. It's 11:36 for me, so you're Eastern. Favorite Disney scene actually was when Patrick Bateman was being chased by the feds. What's your favorite Disney quote, guys? Is it Yippee-ki-yay, Mother Epper? That's a Disney quote now, guys. It's owned by Disney. Any idea who that's from? I can't say I remember off the top of my head. Don't think Tangled is the best Disney movie. Hunchback is probably better objectively, but I just like Tangled more. Oh, no. I enjoy Tangled more. I appreciate Hunchback more now, especially as an adult. But it's definitely not the type of movie that you would expect kids to really understand and appreciate right away. American Psycho. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you wouldn't assume is Disney, but they're Disney. Not even just the box stuff, but it's just like stuff that like from the past, especially under like, so Disney has a lot of like subsidiary like labels and all that stuff, especially for their more mature content. Like I think is it Touchstone? Is it Touch? I can't remember anymore. Hold on. Touchstone. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, Touchstone doesn't exist anymore. But hold on. Touchstone Pictures. Yeah, here. Was an American film production label of Walt Disney Studios, founded and owned by the Walt Disney Company. Feature films released under Touchstone label Touchstone label were produced and financed by the Walt Disney Studios. Featured more mature themes targeted towards adult audiences than a typical Walt Disney Pictures film. As such, Touchstone was merely a brand of the studio and did not exist as a distinct business operation. Established in '84 as Touchstone Films, operating an active film production division of Disney during the '80s and through the early 2010s, releasing a majority of the studio's PG-13 and R-rated films. In 2019, Disney entered a 5-year 30-picture distribution deal with DreamWorks Pictures, by which DreamWorks Productions would be released through the Touchstone banner. The label then distributed DreamWorks films from 2011 to 2016. Some well-known Touchstone Pictures releases include Beaches, Turner and Hooch, Splash, The Waterboy, The Color of Money, Good Morning Vietnam, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Dead Poets Society, Pretty Woman, Sister Act, Ed Wood, Dick Tracy, The Insider, The Royal Tenenbaums, Sweet Home Alabama, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, The Help, War Horse, Lincoln, and Bridge of Spies. Its highest grossing film release is Armageddon. I love that movie. The Nightmare Before Christmas, Romeo and Juliet, Wind Rises, and Strange Magic. Jerry Bruckheimer, The Ref, Con Air, Armageddon, Enemy of the State, Gone in 60 Seconds, Coyote Ugly, and Pearl Harbor. Okay. But anyway, where was I? I'm honestly tied between Terminator 2 and Logan as my favorite movie. I appreciated Logan. It's not, I don't know, it's not the kind of movie I would want to watch regularly. Sweet Home Alabama. Yep, the movie with Reese Witherspoon. Reese Witherspoon. She is a national treasure. She doesn't age. Guys, her daughter looks like she does. Reese Witherspoon does not age. But yes, no, she's a role model for people everywhere. Disney announced that it would revive the Touchstone television brand as a renaming of Fox 21 Television Studios as part of its phase-out of the Fox brand from the studios it acquired from 21st Century Fox. At the same time, the existing ABC Studios was renamed ABC Signature. However, 4 months later, on December 2020, Disney announced that the revived Touchstone Television label would be folded into 20th Television. All in. Touchstone Television. Let's see. The Golden Girls, Blossom. Oh, Blossom. What? Home Improvement, My Wife and Kids, Desperate Housewives, Lost, Grey's Anatomy, Scrubs, Criminal Minds, and Monk. But then they're renamed ABC Studios. Touchstone Games? What the heck? By the end of 2007, Disney's video game subsidiary Buena Vista Games began to produce material under its own Touchstone imprint. It is a short-lived video game division of Touchstone Pictures. As is the case with its motion picture and television counterparts, Touchstone Games merely acted as the label imprint of Disney Interactive and not its own entity. The only title it released was the Turok video game in 2008. Okay. Yeah, I actually had a pretty close relationship, I can't talk today, with Disney Interactive back in the day when they were still around. Logan is like the Schindler's List, where it's such a good movie, but you never want to watch it again. I mean, I'd watch it again, but yeah, it's not the kind of movie I'd want to watch on a regular basis. By the way, speaking of Schindler's List, that is a fantastic movie. Like, so I only knew about Schindler's List as a kid because I bought this soundtrack, or it was actually more a compilation soundtrack of John Williams themes from 1969 to 1999. And on there was some of John Williams' greatest movie themes over the decades, and one of them was Schindler's List. And I was like, okay, this is cool music. And that's literally all I knew about it until maybe 15 years later. And I can't remember when I watched it. I don't know if it was like on TV or if it was. I definitely don't own it, but I remember I was like, oh, you know what? I've heard so much about this. I should probably just watch it because I knew the general like setting of it and like the premise, and it's based on true events. So, but then I was like, you know, I've heard so much about this, and I've heard it's great. So let's go ahead and watch this, and it's fantastic. Again, highly recommended to watch at least once, especially if you don't know too much about that era. I should probably watch some of the more popular and recommended movies of that time period, that era, just for learning history's sake. But yeah, I think maybe at some point we'll do a Disney list, like just rank my Disney animation movies. But again, a lot of those movies, especially like the wartime era films, like the package films as they were called, because again, during the war they couldn't really make full-length feature films. They didn't have the personnel to do so. They were all fighting the war. So instead they made like, because again, movies at the time were about like 90 minutes. So these are like 40, 45, maybe 50-minute animated films. And they basically paired them up and then released them as package films, as they're called. I feel like movies off the top of my head that fit the category of really good but don't watch again. are those two and Joker. I actually haven't seen Joker yet. I've heard nothing but good things. But yeah, I haven't. Well, I mean, to be fair, I haven't really gone out of my way to watch the DC films, just because they just don't seem to have a cohesive plan. So they're naturally gonna have some really good ones, and some ones that are not as good. Whereas with Marvel, I mean, you can argue that they never really get too deep or too serious, but at least they're consistent, you know. Joker's really good, but very uncomfortable. Most movies that revolve around a mystery or a twist are hard to rewatch. I mean, Schindler's List is not really a mystery or twist. It's a very serious part of history. That's what I was trying to do. I'm not referring to that. No, yeah. Yeah, some really good movies. How do we get on this topic again? Yeah, we're bringing Movie Night back next week. I don't know what we're gonna watch yet. It's more or less a very impactful movie first. Yeah, true. No, I think I know what you're referencing now. So, but no, it's definitely worth a watch if you guys haven't seen it. It's really good. Okay, well, it's not a. Oh, hey, login bonuses. Well, we could stay on 13 minutes just to find out what the multiplier is going to be, but honestly, I can just do that on my own time. You guys don't need to watch me auto battle fortune bonds anyway, even if it is Fate Past. Wait, do you keep Fate open like 24/7? No, but I check it very often. Although, okay, so my 10, the one that you can see here on the bottom, is also right there on the screen. This 10, it literally stays plugged into this computer. Actually, well, plugged into this hub, which is plugged into my computer, almost 24/7, and it's almost always on Faye. Like, I'll literally unlock it here right before stream. It's already on Faye. The only thing I ever do is like I'll swipe over to Twitch, and I'll pull up my alt account and I'll lurk in my own stream. But go there. Ta-da! Wait. Go to the stream. There you go. See now we're on my stream. I'm gonna say hi. Let's just do this one. Boom. Now I'm gonna swipe back over to Faye. Oh good, I hate that. Hey, watch it. Still need to figure out how to make the age-limited movie channel. Still want to show you Breaking Bad once I get a computer. Especially now that Better Call Saul is over. Better Call Saul. Brain did a bad thing and misspelled. Hey, it's late. It happens. And by late, what time is it for you guys? It's like what, 5? Plays way too much. Hey! If it wasn't for marching band ending so late, we could do longer streams, and I'd be playing Nier Automata right now. So tomorrow's probably gonna be a Nier Automata day because I don't have anything tomorrow. I can't stay up late tomorrow, but we can start stream early. So like, I'll literally get home from work. I'll eat a very early dinner. I shower, eat an early dinner, and then if I don't sleep too late tonight, then I don't need to take a nap after I get home from work tomorrow. So I can just start the stream early, and then I can't stay up late. So I gotta get to bed because our rehearsal on Saturday morning starts at 7 a.m. and then I'll have to shower and wait. Am I eating breakfast at work on Saturday? Sometimes they feed us breakfast, and the breakfast they feed us is amazing. But I'll have to check. I think it's just lunch. They didn't give us like an order form for lunch or anything, so I'm guessing it's just like catered food or whatever. But 10:45, they might get us lunch. I've made it clear that I'm a big fan of when they feed us lunch before a contest. How far are you in Nier? Not too far yet, because we only had we had one long stream on Nier and then like two really short streams, so not very far. Because we haven't had long streams, so tomorrow we can probably play a little bit more. Saturday it'll probably be just a short. If we can do an IRL stream in the middle of the day, just to make sure we get a stream in on Saturday, we'll do that, and then Saturday night I should be back around 11 p.m. But again, just in case I want to stream earlier in the day, just to make sure I check in. And then if we do stream late at night, it'll probably be FEH Rival Domains. And then are there any summons on Saturday? No, just it's Pawns and Rival Domains on Saturday. Okay, I should be back around 11 or so, give or take. And I'll probably be live around 11:30 ish. And then Sunday, Pawns of Loki, Weekly Revival Summons, and then I'll probably try to do a long stream of Nier Automata. My copy of Persona 5 Royal should be arriving tomorrow, but we're going to try and plow through Nier as quickly as we can before we get to Persona. So if any of you guys haven't played it and are planning on picking up the new release on, I think, Switch and Xbox and wherever else it's coming to, PS4, I don't know. And this way you guys can play through it first, and then that way you won't get spoiled by me when I'm playing it for the first time. He's still early in Nier, meaning he probably isn't starting P5 till December at least. I'll plow through Nier as quickly as I can. Again, this is the last week of Marching Band, guys. I'll have time. Put on hold after Engage. I'll have time after this week. We'll probably be back to like our 4 and 5 hour streams. And we're playing Nier on easy, so. Will we be going for the true ending? I don't know what that means. If so, then you're a bit always from, you're a bit always from finishing. We're just trying to get through the story. If there's like replay stuff, I'll do that some other time. We're just playing easy mode. It's gonna take you a while, and then Pokemon as well. We'll start Pokemon. There's no guarantee I'll finish it on stream because, ladies and gentlemen, hey, Queer Queens, welcome in. How's it going? Keonce, how are you? Can we get a shout out, please? How was the stream? What were you playing today? Actually, I was is it Splatoon? I'm guessing Splatoon. Can we get a shout out so I can tell? But yeah, guys. Speaking of Pokemon though, I still have yet to finish. I barely started Alpha Sapphire. I have not played Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and I still have yet to finish the Sword Shield DLC. Whoops. Splatoon 3. Yeah, it was Splatoon. Nice. How'd the stream go? Guys, if you haven't already done so, make sure you follow Keonce via the Queer Queens channel. Playing Splatoon 3 a lot lately, which we have to figure out a community night. So what I want to do, maybe not every week, but what I want to do is like maybe once every 2 weeks or so, maybe. I feel like that would be a good balance, because I feel like once a month is kind of like it's not really worth it then. So like maybe like once every 2 weeks, we can do a community night where it's like Smash Bros, Splatoon, Mario Kart, Mario Party. Oh, did you guys hear what's coming to Switch Online? Nintendo Switch Online next year? Mario Party 3, 1080 snowboarding, Excite Bike 64, and Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2. Still need to finish 3 Hopes. We need to finish that too. Thank you for having an easy name to type. And it went well after the servers came back up. Wait, they went down? Oh, had to start an hour late. Oh, so you waited to start until the servers came back? Wait, why'd they go down? DDoS. Well, without spoiling anything, to reach the true ending will require certain criteria to have been met, which you can very likely miss for a particular reason. Does it have me on anything except easy mode? Because that's not going to happen right now. Very excited for the Stadium games? Yeah! You guys remember all the mini games in Stadium? I feel like that's the best part of Stadium. It's just like all the mini games in there. Does anyone remember the Clefairy like memory game? Or there was one where it's like, I forgot what it was. It was like Lickitung and like Sushi or something. I can't remember. When do we get more consoles for Switch Online? I need a GameCube already. No comment. You can get it on easy mode? Okay. I hope they were doing maintenance to fix the servers. Maybe. Yes, those were great. I love those. Those were good times. Kids today probably couldn't do the memory game as well. I don't know. I feel like their attention span is not great. We did a march off today. It was the final rehearsal for the season. We have this march off where basically I'll shout out various commands, and they have to remember them all, and then they have to do them like right there. I have 7 levels of difficulty in terms of so I planned out basically 70 different sets of commands, and they increase in difficulty. So here's level 1, here's level 2, all the way up to level 7. In the past, we've gotten pretty far, like level 5, level 6. One year we did get to level 7, and they actually exhausted my list. The last several years, like I want to say 4, maybe 5 years. Well, okay, at least since the pandemic 3 years ago. We've not made it very far. Today we didn't get past level 2. Most of the band was out through level 1. So yeah, those and Scyther Pincer Log Cut. Oh, I remember that one. I'm vaguely aware of the stadium minigames, but I have never played them myself. Yeah, I had them. I don't think we owned 2, but I should have 1, and I should have the Game Boy adapter where you could plug in your game and use your Pokemon from like the Game Boy games in Stadium, and like you could play them in 3D. But now, of course, you can just battle in the main games now in 3D. So you don't really need Stadium type games anymore. Which is kind of sad though, because it was more than just the 3D battles, you know. Speaking of which, are there any sources that you recommend to getting Cypher cards, specific ones to be exact? I mean, there's no like online store or anything that I would specifically recommend. Just various like marketplaces where you can find like individual sellers. There's some Facebook groups you can maybe look into, but yeah, in terms of specific cards, I wouldn't try to look for like a retailer or anything like that. Kids aren't the only ones whose memory bad as Christian. You've gotten mad at me for spoiling something that occurred like 20 seconds prior, meaning they're working your memory as well. No, I have selective memory. The things that I want to remember, I remember like every detail of. It's ridiculous. It's weird. Probably eBay. That's where I got mine at least. If you can deal directly with the seller instead of eBay. I mean, there's some pros to eBay in terms of like, you know, buyer protection and stuff like that, but you're also paying for things like the 10% eBay fee, which the seller will of course pass on to you. So that's what I've been doing, and I was wondering if there was an alternative. Yeah, again, there's a few Facebook groups that are actually pretty nice. But yeah. But yeah, some of the other things, if you guys just came in, welcome in. My name is Christian. I stream every day on this channel. This is day 1456. We are less than a week away from our 4-year streak anniversary. I streamed more than 4 years, but we'll reach 4 years of daily streams on Tuesday, and then the anniversary is on Wednesday. It's weird how the math works out, but we complete 4 years on Tuesday, and we celebrate the anniversary of when we started on Wednesday. Okay, it's 10:58 and 48 seconds. We might as well stay on until the top of the hour and see if that multiplier changes in Forging Bonds. So many streams. It is a lot of streams. I mean, at this point, it's basically just routine. I'm used to hopping on stream at some point during the day. Again, I hate that I do these like 1 hour, 1.5 hour streams during marching season, but with marching season ending soon, I'll be able to get back to my usual minimum 3-hour streams. Usually closer to like 4 or 5 hours if possible, and on weekends something closer to like 8 or 9 hours or more. We've done that actually when it's not marching season quite often. By the way, I know Marvel announcements happened recently. Did they announce the date or even time frame for Loki season 2? They announced time frame. I want to say it's summer 2023, but let me check. Hold on. I'm gonna check on my iPad here, or my main. I think I took a photo of a site that listed all that stuff, or maybe a Twitter account that listed all that stuff. Here. Okay. So. Okay, now I can switch back. So here, and this is up to date as far as I'm aware as of like this week. So next year, 2023, we have Quantumania. That's Ant-Man and the Lost Quantumania in February. Secret Invasion on Disney Plus in the spring. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 in theaters May 5th. Echo on Disney Plus in the summer. Loki Season 2 in the summer. The Marvels in theaters in July. Ironheart on Disney Plus in the fall. And then Agatha Covenant of Chaos in the winter. And then 2024 is currently Daredevil Born Again in the spring, which I think is 18 episodes, guys. That's a lot. Captain America: New World Order in theaters in May of 2024. Thunderbolts in July, which is also the month that Sony has currently for Spider-Man 4. So yeah, that's not gonna happen. One of those is gonna move. I'm hoping they actually bump up Captain America and Thunderbolts, because right now all the movies for 2024 are like May or after. Usually they have something in like February. But anyway, Thunderbolts July of 2024. Blade took September 6th. Initially it was supposed to be earlier, but they pushed it back because I think they lost their director. And then that took the date that was recently announced for Daredevil. So Daredevil 3, not Daredevil, Deadpool 3, sorry. Deadpool 3 was announced for September 6th. And like, I think a week later, they're like, oh yeah, we got to delay till November 8th now. So yeah, Deadpool 3, November 8th. And then 2025 starts Phase 6 with Fantastic Four in February 2025, Avengers: The Kang Dynasty in May of 2025, and then almost 1 year later is Avengers: Secret Wars. And I've heard rumors, but I'm not going to talk about them. Let's see. Tired of waiting for it. It's next summer. I feel like post Multiverse of Madness, the Agatha show isn't nearly as exciting. We'll see. We'll see. I'm sure there will be developments before it actually lands. Because again, we have like over a year before it comes out. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I don't know. But yeah, guys, what should we do for my 4-year streak anniversary? Should we finally do that $1,000 shopping spree stream? Because I could do it. But I feel like for that type of stream, I feel like I want more lead time to kind of like advertise and be like, hey guys, we're spending $1,000 on stream. Right now, I feel like that's too close for me to really do that. We could do like some giveaways or something like that. There's a lot of stuff I don't need. I don't want to get rid of. But alright, let's see. Multiplier. Forging bonds. Please be 2. Please be 2. Damn it, it's 1.5. Alright, well. Guess I'll stay up till midnight. Well, no, because I already did my one battle for today, so at least I get the bonus and I can just worry about this tomorrow. Alright. Agatha herself isn't really hype, but she might introduce the Fantastic Four. She does have connections to the Fantastic Four, guys. By the way, can I recommend a Halloween movie for movie nights? We're not doing movie night this week. Oh, you mean like next week? On the 29th? Shoot, guys, next week is the 29th already? That means... okay, Persona 5 comes out tomorrow. Or actually, it's probably out digitally already. Like, literally already. And Bayonetta is out next week. Bayonetta 3. Oh my gosh, I gotta finish Nier. Okay, we're doing like a 16-hour stream on Sunday, guys. Just cause I'll be back relatively early from U of I on Saturday nights. We'll do a quick stream for Rival Domains and Pawns of Loki. And then I'll try and get to bed early, and we'll do a long stream Sunday. Finally. P5R dropped digital 3 minutes ago. Yeah. Again, my Steelbook edition from Best Buy shipped. I got a notification when I was at work earlier. Alright, guys. Well, I think that's good for today. Get some sleep. Curl up in bed where it's nice and warm. Guys, it was really cold today. It's really cold. I probably still have hand warmers in my jacket pocket. I should probably take those out of there and throw them out. But, alright, you guys, where do we go? Gonna rewatch Girl vs. Monster, the movie with Olivia Holt for Halloween. Who's still on? Ketchup's on. Nikki's on. Typo's done. Kisaki's playing Three Hopes. We could go there. What route? Scarlet Blaze? We could go there because this is not spoilery to me. Let's go there. I don't know if they're gonna be done soon. They've been on for 4 hours, and they usually don't go this late. Gonna go grind some FGO now. Well, hold on. Join us for the raid. My October was stacked. Silent Hill 2 remake, FEH 7 or RE7 news, Arknight stuff, Grima, Octopath, getting Bravely characters. Just doesn't. Yeah, October was was packed. I'm surprised it's not November. Usually November is like the big month. It's definitely it's supposed to be Nintendo's big month. Nintendo always puts like the biggest release of the year on the weekend before Thanksgiving. That's why I always know when Pokemon comes out. It's literally always the Friday before Thanksgiving. People ask me like how can you be sure it's going to be that day? You know, you don't know what's going on. You don't know. And I'm like, dude, it's literally every year. The Friday before Thanksgiving is Pokemon. Also, Bleach TYBW dub drops on my birthday. Hey! Yeah, that's coming up soon. On Chainsaw Man anime and Arknights anime. So it's a packed month. It's a big month. What comes out in November besides Pokemon, though? Is there anything else big coming out that I probably forgot about? Because October's so packed. So I gotta stay up, like, waiting for a new iPhone for the next reset on Faye. Ooh. Wait, what's the next reset? Special revival, trick or defeat. Wait, what are you going for? Don't even watch anime like that, and these two have me hyped since I read CM and play Arknights on the regular, and Cyberpunk was living too, bro. So much. But alright, guys, we are gonna wrap up. We're gonna send you to Kisaki. I don't know if she's gonna be on much longer, but like we rated the other people a while, and November for me is Yu-Gi-Oh month, both Magnificent Mavens and Battles of Legend Crystal's Revenge. Okay. Subraid, chat, copy it. If you don't have the Hello Bonky emote, hit that sub button, help support the stream, get access to a whole bunch of Fire Emblem emotes. We're getting one more soon. And then you can also access the sub-only channel on our Discord, which votes on movies for movie nights. And then if you can't do that, you can use your channel points, and if you still can't do that, you can use the regular raid command. We are going to raid over to It's Kisaki Music. Currently playing Three Hopes. And then, as usual, make sure you follow on social media and join the Discord. Boom. Yeah, our Discord numbers have been dropping quite a bit, so we'll probably do something to boost that up a bit. Giveaways. What should I give away? I can't give away the Mars statue because I'm holding that in case Tara decides to change her mind and buy one. Because you can't buy one now from Ami. But what can I give away that would... I can give probably one of these things, guys. Let's get rid of some of these bass soundtracks. These giant bass soundtracks which are taking up so much space in my room. Alright, you guys have a good one. Go say hi to It's Kisaki Music. And I'll see you tomorrow for Nier Automata. We'll do some summons tomorrow, but aside from that, it'll be a Nier stream. And yeah, you guys have a good one. Thanks for hanging out today. Have a great night. Bye.